So I will show you how I scaled 5 companies in the trades to never have a shoulder season again, and how I took them to booking over 50 jobs in HVAC and plumbing consistently every single week, to the point where they can consistently hire technicians, scale their business, they don't have a shoulder season, and all without avoiding blowing thousands of dollars on ads. And first of all, who am I? Why should you listen to me? I'm Carlos, and I've been in digital marketing for over a decade now. Every single month I'm responsible, and my team is responsible for generating tens of thousands of lead calls. And AI is the next step I took towards my mission to help as many small, medium-sized companies. And in terms of the results, you can take a look at them here, so you know I'm not just taking this information out of my behind. So this is the offer that I send. This is the AI I've built. The plumbing AI that I've built and calibrated generated over $60,000 in plumbing jobs for one of the clients. And then the AI called Allison's generated over 60 AC tune-up jobs in 4 hours of running it. And these are the results of Service Titan, the first time the plumber ran the AI. You can see 36,000 generated, 143 jobs completed, which means the technician went to the house, did the job that the AI booked for them. They didn't have to spend on advertising, they didn't have to do anything. And then these are the all-time results for the plumber. Again, 61,228 jobs completed, 251 jobs booked. No ads, no waiting for months or years for SEO. These are not leads, these are not maybes. These are 100% booked jobs showing up to their email. This is a House Call Pro screenshot for my HVAC client. 72 jobs generated. Again, these are the messages my clients send me all the time of the jobs they ran. This is the most recent one. They got a $4,000 water heater job. Again, they jumped on me on podcasts, and this is how their email inboxes look like. Every single email is a new job booked of a person giving their full name, their address, their phone number, date and time when they said their technician should come over. And they said yes to an $88 tune-up. That's just the entry fee. Your technicians can upsell from there. It's literally unlimited opportunities for a foot in the door. And I'm going to teach you and walk you through the exact system and what you need to do as a small to medium-sized business owner if you would like to leverage AI. So I'm going to take a sip of coffee because I've been talking a lot. I've been on a lot of calls already. And I'm doing this for fun. I don't have a course to sell you. I don't have a school community to promote. You either watch me or not. If you don't, no hard feelings. I keep this as my own personal, kind of like a journal in my own journey. And anyone that decides to tag along, if I help any more business owners just with my content, amazing. I love that. So let's get started. So first you have to understand what this AI thing is. And what can it actually do? You hear all these YouTubers, all these gurus online talking about, hey, there's this new tool here, there's this new tool there. Oh, look, you can vibe code. Oh, look, you can automate marketing. But there's so much information, so much sound, because there's so much hype. You can't really even understand as a business owner, well, what does it have to do with me? Can someone just tell me how can it make my business money? Can it solve my problems? If so, what's the tool? How do I use it? So you first have to understand AI can only do 3 things for you. So I'm not going to delete all of this because this is for a next video. You can call the sales AI if you want to talk to it. I've just made it free, toll free to talk to because people are curious. But I'm going to use this slither right here. And AI can do 3 things for you. 1, it can save you time. A prime example would be using AI to automatically follow up on lost estimates for you. Maybe you sent a sales email and you just kind of want to move forward with the next stuff that you're doing. So it can save you time by having a robot send that follow-up email or send that follow-up text. Hey, Johnny boy, I've sent you that estimate for the new change out for your unit. I can see that it's been a few days and you haven't, paid us. Like, is there anything else that I can do for you? So it can save you time. 2, it can save you money. So what do I mean by that? An example of this would be you build an inbound AI phone caller that takes phone calls for you. If you're a one-man gang, or if you are paying a lot on staff, for a dispatcher, for example, you can have a robot answer your calls after hours. You can have it answer phone calls 24/7. You can have it act as a customer support representative. Why is it so shiny? There you go. So all of those examples save you time. Now, the third one, which I focus on for the companies that I work with, because it's obviously the most valuable, is it can make you money. Now, when I say make you money, I'm not talking about some dude selling some kind of a course of how to use an AI tool. I work with actual legitimate business owners, and I'm talking about making more revenue, driving more sales, driving more book jobs for their business. I'll have to be really short for you to see this whiteboard. I just realized I have to relocate this, or I have to move my table, but I'm not doing any of that, because this YouTube channel, I've made a point to make no edits. I focus on my service, my product. I'm one dude. I'm not here to market you anything. So I'm not gonna make any edits, so you can deal with it. And you can watch me, or you should just like skip, this is just value. So these are the 3 things that the AI can do for you. So an example of this, by the way, would be you build an automation where it's like some nerd would go out there and build you a system where if someone comes in, the AI phone caller picks up, qualifies the lead, and let's imagine they drop off, but you've collected their phone number, you've collected their email. So now robot number 2 says, oh, okay, well, this sale didn't close, so I need to follow up with this person every 3 days. And the robot would do that for you until it will close a sale. Now, there's a secret hidden number 4 thing that the AI can do. And number 4 is all of them. It can save you time, save you money, and make you money. That's what I focus on, because that's just simply the most value for companies. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I help companies with is we build outbound AI phone callers. So what are they? It's honestly more simple to just like you try it. So this is why I've added this number here, because explaining it sometimes can be a little bit more difficult. Sip of caffeine. But the way that AI phone callers work is if you have an existing customer list, or if a lead comes in through your website, even if it's a cold lead, the AI phone caller calls a list of all your customers with an offer that's proven, sells that customer on that offer, handles their objections, answers their questions, closes that sale, collects the customer's information, and the automation sends everything over via email. So just like I showed you, these jobs that my AI booked is literally like in real time. That right there, first of all, where's my mighty pen, saves you time. Why is that? Because, well, the only alternative would be you sending texts manually or you sending emails manually, which land in spam anyway, and everybody's tired of sales emails with promotional offers. Like Gmail and Google is a multi-billion-dollar company that invests a lot of those shekels into making sure that your promotional email lands in the promotional folder, otherwise called spam. Not a very good way to engage your customer list. And it also saves you time because you don't have to hire someone full-time, sit there on the phones and selling small ticket services, which doesn't make any sense mathematically because you don't want to pay a salary to someone to just make these calls and sell the small ticket service. Because even on a good day, guys, how many dials can they do? 150, 200, 100? What if they get sick? What if they are in a bad mood? What if they are anxious? What if they forget the script? You have to train them. No. This agent is already trained on 10,000 sales conversations. You just turn it on. So that's how it saves you time. Now, it saves you money because you don't have to pay thousands and thousands of Google Ads or any type of other marketing vehicle or pay someone a full-time salary just to do this. An AI agent goes out there, contacts people, sells your service, books the jobs. All I ask is that you have an existing customer list already, or any list for that matter that you're happy to be contacted. So this is basically how it makes you money, because now instead of just running Google ads and they might work, they might not, and you get lead phone calls, and there's still maybes. I don't care where you get that lead from, you still have to sell them. The difference here and why AI is such a big thing, and very few people focus on this sells for you. This makes, it books the job for you. Okay? So that's how essentially AI can help you. These are really the only things that you need to focus on. So again, if you're curious how it sounds and how the AI sounds that booked $60,000 in jobs for a plumbing client, you can again call this number or don't. I don't care. Now, let me just kind of jump into the whole idea of phone calling agents, because a lot of people seem to be confused what they actually are. So what I'm gonna do is tell you exactly how they work. I know right now it sounds like a miracle technology for you, but trust me, just like everyone offered SEO, everyone and their grandmother offered SEO, they're gonna offer these agents. But here's gonna be the difference. Just like in every market, there's gonna be people that offer that service and that are meh, which is gonna be 99% of all the people, and the people that are exceptionally good. So let me talk about how to build exceptionally good phone calling agents and why the agents and this agent that I showed you in the screenshots, why these guys, these AI employees I call them, book so many jobs and so much revenue. And then why do these other companies just literally sound like they are just robocallers? So what is an AI phone caller? Okay, let's write this down, because this, we're official in this channel, yeah? This is pure education, pure value that you're sipping through your screen right now, yeah? So AI phone caller. Well, obviously it calls and makes calls, yeah? And it's AI, so it's not a human. What does that mean? Well, what that means is it can make 20 phone calls or more at the same time, guys. That's a lot of leverage. That's a lot of scale that you didn't have just a few months ago. Guys, I want you to think about this. Just a few months ago, what did exist to make 12,000 dials, you'd have to literally have a boiler room of 60 people that are on it, which would have costed you $7,200 in salaries a week. How do I know this? Because I've interviewed people who have done it. I've interviewed a guy, fascinating person, business owner, had 0 customers year 1, scaled to 4,000 subscriptions and contracts that same year just from calling people. Now, he had to pay $7,200 a week in salaries. We don't have to. Why? AI. All right. So this is the big thing that's going on right now. This is the big shift. This is why you're hearing so much about AI, but everyone's focused on either automation and saving you time, or if they got the idea right and they're focusing on the AI callers, they're focusing on inbound. And why is that? Because here's the thing, guys. So building an inbound caller is very simple. It's very straightforward. You can just make it sound like a robot, and because there's so much hype around, people are just gonna buy it. So all these companies that you see advertising, oh, my AI phone caller does this, my AI phone caller does that, look how my AI phone caller sounds, inbound receptionist. Yeah, cool, but when you start speaking to it for 5 seconds exactly, you realize that it's just a garbage robocaller. That's exactly how it sounds like. And the difference is this. This is a critical key point, guys. Please, if you take away anything from this video, it's going to be this right here. This is going to save you a lot of money, a lot of headache that I went through, and you're going to actually land at the right spot, building the right agents the right way. Because let me tell you something, 6 to 12 months from now, every company will have them. 99% of them will suck and close 0 sales and be hung up on by people because they sound like SpongeBob, because it's literally that bad of a quality. And only 0.1% of the companies who truly build the agents the right way will close sales. And I know I keep on showing you and flexing the results, but it's the difference. Like, talk to this AI and then talk to any other AI and see what you think. It's toll free. This is not some kind of a, just call it, or no, I don't care. Anyway, so it takes 5 minutes, guys, to build an AI phone caller. It takes 5 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes to take it from 0% competence to 50% competence. What does that mean, Carlos? 0 from 50 is you didn't have an AI phone calling agent, but now you made it. Now it knows your company's name. It has a voice. It's talking. And you can have some kind of a back and forth to it, okay? This right here, to get to that level, takes 5 minutes. And these companies will be selling them to you like hotcakes. Every single one you talk to is going to sound like garbage. Why? Because it's only at 50%. Now, to build an AI phone calling agent that closes sales, that books you jobs, I'm talking 20, 40, 60 jobs a week, 20, 40, 60 deals a week, to the point where you're not worried about a shoulder season. You're not worried about burning money on ads. You can turn this thing on and show up to jobs the next day. To get it to that level of competence, which is take it from 50% competence to 99% competence, it takes 500 plus hours. Man hours. Sweat equity. there's no other way right now to calibrate and fine-tune the AI for it to sound better, for it to give smarter answers, for it to not sound robotic, for it to have empathy. Besides a human specialist developer sitting there and teaching the AI what is empathy, how to give witty answers, how to reduce sales resistance, how to sound trusted, how to have inflections in your voice. This is what I've spent. 500 is a minimum. I've spent thousands of hours working on one agent for one or two verticals, which is HVAC and plumbing, to take it to the 99% competence. Because every percent is the difference between the AI sounding like a robocaller and the AI closing and booking you jobs. Okay? This is the critical difference. And what does it come down to? It, once again, AI is a new trend, but when you really think about it, it's nothing new. It's a new technology, and who will separate themselves from the crowd? Well, those who are simply the best and the most competent at building the most competent thing, whatever it is. A few years ago, that was social media marketing. A decade ago, 15 years ago, that was SEO. Now it's AI. It's just a different hat. All right? So keep that in mind, guys. You want someone to constantly improve one agent that you have. You don't want to just buy a voice agent. And, I hear companies say, well, all these big companies like Service Titan has it. I dropped my cap. Service Titan has it. House Call Pro has it. All these big companies are now releasing these AI phone calling agents. I mean, it's only going to be a matter of time before everyone has it, right? And it's going to be the same thing. Kinda. But that's like saying, well, we have salesperson number 1 and we have salesperson number 2. Both are salespeople, right? Well, one has picked up the phone, the other one has picked up the phone. The one knows the script and the other one knows the script. Except that the only difference, one of them has put in 10,000 hours in training and closed millions of dollars in deals, and the other one just learned the script and made his first phone call yesterday. That's what this is gonna be. That's what this is. That's what this is. Yeah, good job, Carlos. It's been a long day. Anyway, that's pretty much the rundown. There's really nothing much to say. Again, if you're curious about how to leverage AI as a small business owner, I would really recommend doing this. AI phone callers is going to save you a lot of time because you will never either miss a single phone call. If you're one technician running around in the field and you just end up handling phone calls and doing jobs, this is going to save you. But really where the scale will happen and where you will literally blow your company up is going to be an outbound trained AI sales agent. So again, just like these companies have chosen, like they've chosen to be open-minded, forward-thinking. They jumped on this before their competitors have. Talk to it. Bust its balls. See what you think. Take inspiration. Like even if you are not going to work with me, take inspiration and know the standard it must at least meet. And these are the results that you can have. I speak to so many companies out there where spoken to a guy, he just joined us yesterday actually. He said, I'm spending on Google Ads, I'm doing SEO, I'm doing TV ads. He's spending $12,000 a month on TV ads. He's running top of the funnel ads, which is basically, if you don't know what that is is just awareness ads. Your company's logo might show up on one of the websites like YouTube or Facebook or stuff like that. But he's like, I can't measure it. As a business owner, if I have a marketing vehicle, I need to have at least a 5 to 10x ROI from that, or else it's not worth it. But the problem is you can't even talk about the ROI. You can't even quantify it. Because how do you quantify and track impressions and website visits and likes if they're not calls? And I'll do you one better. It's even hard to quantify calls and leads unless they're booked jobs and you actually got the revenue, right? This is why this is such a big change, and this is why I sincerely think, watch me, we will break marketing. In the next 6 to 12 months, we will break marketing, because this, for the first time in history, instead of having to wait months or spend thousands on Google Ads, you can get booked jobs tomorrow. And the offer is so strong that because I perfected this already, I will build the thing for you. Just give me your customer list. I'll make the calls. I'll book you the jobs. Just cover the small running costs it takes to run the thing, which I've, again, boiled down to almost nothing. I'll book you jobs and you can run those jobs, and then you can, if you choose to say, hey Carlos, I would like this to continue. Yeah, I would like to book more jobs. I want to hire 2 technicians, or I don't want to have slow seasons again. You mind if we just continue this? Then that's your option. And if I can do that, if I can get you at least 10 jobs, like I'm not just talking out of my behind. This is what I do. If I can, then don't pay me. Like, I'm a simple man. I'm not the smartest business owner out there. I'm just a nerd with a speech impediment since I was 6 years old. And once I heard these things talk, I thought, oh wow, I can use this for myself. Because I can make them say what I want to say without getting stuck. I'm fine now, obviously, because I don't stutter in videos. But if you know me personally, it's a different story. I can become a mute. It's just a speech impediment. It's just an issue with my brain. Anyway, but I saw the potential immediately, but I saw the problem immediately as well. All of them sounded like robocallers. All of them sounded extremely bad. So my mission was, if I can make this like really good, if I can make this, I'm talking world-class good, I can help a lot of people solve a lot of big problems. And that's what I set out to do. Every single weekend, every single day, from 6 in the morning, before my job and after my job, I'm working on this. This is my number one passion, and this is why I want to give this out there to the world, because I think this is too big. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than us. This is bigger than anything out there right now. And it's one thing of me, flashing these results, and it's one thing for me to say, just call this number and just talk to it. It's a completely different thing when, as a business owner, you see this in your email inbox. All these jobs booked for you and your technicians, and you finally not having the anxiety and losing sleep that, oh wow, I can actually just turn this on and I'm gonna be all right. And listen, run your ads, do your SEO. It is an amazing vehicle. There's people like my partner company who are absolutely phenomenal at it. But you no longer have to depend on inbound or on just inbound. Inbound is great if someone has a problem. Inbound is great if someone's searching for you. What happens if they don't? you turn this on. Outbound. Because with outbound, if I know, if I put in X in, I get a certain amount of Y back. Then all I gotta do is to put in more X. If I make these many calls, which I can do effortlessly with AI, and if I'm extremely good at closing, handling objections, I have a proven offer that converts, which I have. I have 4, 2 for HVAC, 2 for plumbing. Listen, you're never gonna have a slow day again. Why would you? Why would you? You can competently, consistently close jobs as long as you call. Give me a list that's long enough and I'll move your business. I'll move the world for you. So this is the weapon. This is the weapon you absolutely must have in your business right now. And literally, I can count on my fingers, and I don't have a lot of fingers, how many people are actually talking about this, let alone doing this. And it's probably 0.0000001% doing this well. Doing this to the point where the numbers make sense for you. Like, look, if your average ticket is anywhere, around 400 or maybe, closer to 200 for a plumber, like, you do the math. If someone generates you 20, 40, 60 jobs a week, is it worth doing? Is there an ROI for you? Will your technicians be busy if you get an additional 60 jobs a week? And by the way, a lot of companies also don't talk about this, but this is a very serious conversation I have with one of the clients, because I talk to dozens and dozens and dozens of trade companies every single month, and my team talks to even more. There's a lot of revenue that you're losing if you don't have a vehicle to consistently engage, talk to, and communicate with your customer list. Because the moment you serve someone and they become an existing customer, you better stay in front of them. You better keep talking to them. You better keep on giving offers. Because guess what? I just talked to a guy in Florida. He's in HVAC. He has a list of 7,000. He hasn't spoken to 3,000 of those people in 6 months. Now, at the time of recording this video, you tell me, but the hot season is coming, and every HVAC company is going to be very busy. Now, you better pray that that customer remembers you and Googles you and finds you. Or do you think when a problem happens, they will just go to Google, type in AC repair, God forbid they don't see you, and say, Jimmy's HVAC and Air has good reviews, let me call them. You just lost a customer. Someone stole your customer that knows you, likes you, used you. It's gone now. Why? Because as business owners, we have to stay in front of our customers. And before this happened, what did you have? You had manual calling, you had emails, and you had texting. All of them are not efficient or not efficient enough to close a job, to close a deal. What if someone has questions? The AI will answer the questions for you. It has perfect memory on your company, the technicians, your warranties, your pricing, your time windows. There's never been a better time to be a business owner. And the rough reality of this, a lot of people are going to be made redundant. You will see sales floors shrink. You'll see less and less dispatchers. You'll see less and less money being spent on other advertising methods. And those who are advertising, the advertising prices and the cost per click on Google, cost per lead, ain't going down. So how do you compete? You spend so much money on acquiring a new customer, to the point where it's not, you can't stay competitive. You can't outbid these people with venture capital funding who are willing to lose money in the front end because they know that they will make that back over the lifetime, course of that customer, because same customer will need repairs more than once. Same customer will get a change out. How do you stay competitive? Do you just you don't have the money, but let me know if this is a crazy idea or not, yeah? But these thousands of customers that you do have, if you find a vehicle to consistently and predictably generate revenue and jobs from the back end, that extra money that you just made with an AI phone call or getting those jobs booked, can you spend that at the front end now? Can you spend that out on new marketing and paying more for Google Ads to stay competitive, to stay at the top? Can you now invest in SEO that you couldn't before? Now you have the capital to grow. And where did that come from? Existing customers. How? AI. So that's what I gotta say. If anyone has any questions, if there's any more topics that you would like me to talk about, leave it in the comments. Share. It only helps this channel get the message out. I try to focus on as much value, less BS, and I have nothing else to say. Thanks.